postpone your try to postpone it for a week or a month. If you still feel that you need to buy it, then you can go for buy it. And now it is a time for Amazon and other e-commerce giant keep flashing the advertisement in TV, social medias, whenever you open the channel for festival sale or Independence Day or some like that. I'm very sure that as a human, it is a real temptation for most of us to buy many wants rather than needs. If you start spending for your wants, often you need to cut through your the necessary spending. My friend Kannan was trapped because he brought many wants and now he must sacrifice his needs. So during this meeting, I'll be sharing the couple of tips in a while. So now we go back to the typical business session. A typical Toastmaster meeting has three sections that everyone know for the benefit of the guest: a prepared speech section, table topic session, and the evaluation. Now, everyone knew that evaluation is one of the important segment in Toastmasters meeting as it provide constructive feedback to the speaker. Today, the evaluation team is headed by Toastmaster Sharanya, who is a software developer in Fidelity Investment and current vice president membership in Medley. About team, she feels that power in her packet is the savings that she has done so far. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Sharanya to introduce her team. Over to G.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shankar. So I am Sharanya. I'll be playing the role of the general evaluator for today's meeting. So as our Toastmaster of the Day mentioned, evaluation portion is the most important segment in Toastmasters. Evaluation helps people to receive feedback and apply the feedback on the next speech. So this evaluation portion is mainly divided into three. First, I have a set of evaluators to evaluate the prepared speakers. And then I have a tag team with me, which consists of a timer, a counter, and grammarian. And then at the end, I'll be giving the entire summary of the meeting, how did the meeting go well. So with this, I would like to introduce the tag team. For today's timer, we have Toastmaster Saravanan. So to introduce Saravanan, he is a senior project manager in Ford Motors. And what I admire him in Toastmasters is the unique way that he gives his speech, right? He is a strong influencer in by the way he gives his speech, he attracts the audience. Over to you, Toastmaster Saravanan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saranya, for the nice introduction. First of all, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters as well as guests. Toastmasters helps in developing leadership as well as communication skills. One of the important skills that Toastmaster teaches is time management. This is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities. My role today is a timer. As a timer, I will keep time of all the speakers as well as role players to ensure that everyone speaks within their allocated time. This will also help in ensuring that the meeting runs on time. So this is a very key role. To help me to do this, I have power in my packet. Yes, I have 3 cue cards, that is green, yellow, as well as red cards. For a 5 to 7 minute speeches, today we have 3 speeches, all 3 speeches are 5 to 7 minute speeches. I will raise green card at the 5th minute, at the yellow card on the 6th minute, and red card on the 7th minute. The speaker will also be granted a grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the speech. The same pattern will be continued for evaluation, that is for 2 to 3 minutes, as well as for table topics, that is for 1 to 2 minutes. To make my role effective, please pin my video. In my video, you can see 3 dots. In that dot, you just click on that. From bottom to top, you can see pin. Please use that so that I will be visible with my cue cards. I will also try to alert you in a non-intrusive way by sounding alarms if possible, and if it is not interrupting your speeches. I will also present my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saravanan. So next we have an accounter for today is Toastmaster Ashwin. So Ashwin is a data analytics by profession, and what I really admire from Ashwin is he has a great skill to think on the feet and talk, and he is an awesome TT speaker. With this, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Ashwin to read out the roles and responsibilities as an accounter.
Yeah, thank you, Saranya, for your introduction. And by the way, I'm into wealth management to add on to that. And as our counter, I would just want to share what will be my role today. But before that, as all of us know, Toastmasters always helps people to do much, much better in their speech and to help people to give a very, very professional speech. And our counter is one very, very important area for the same. In fact, personally, I've learned a lot from our counter reports during my personal speeches, what I've done. And what exactly is our counter is basically today I will make a note and keep a track of all the crutch words, pause and fillers used by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Crutch words are nothing but we used to fill the gap in a conversation or a speech in order to give ourselves more time to think or to emphasize a statement. For example, some of the crutch words are and, so, okay, you know, so on and so forth, actually. More often, crutch words do not add to the meaning of a statement. They actually distract the speech and the listeners. And finally, I will submit my report when called on by the general evaluator. And over to you, Saranya. Thank you very much. Saranya, you're on mute.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin. And to play the role of the grammarian, we have Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. So he was the past president of Medley Toastmasters Club, and he heads a South Indian business unit in for Ford Motors. Sorry, it is Nissan Motors. And I got an opportunity to work with him as in most of the context, and I really admire the way he handles each and every contest. He handles in a very cool way. With this, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Raghunath Nair.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Madam Toastmaster Sharanya. A very warm good afternoon, Medlians and distinguished guests of future Toastmasters. Today I'm not a linguistic instructor to call out the grammar gaffes, but let me use this opportunity to hone my listening skills by paying close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of the improper language as well as any outstanding words or quotes or sayings or thoughts by each of the speaker, and will provide a report at the end of the meeting. Not only that, as a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. But personally, I usually forget the word of the day. And I remember when at the end of the meeting, when the grammarian gives a report. So to avoid that, let me share the screen for today's word of the day. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
All right. Let me share it again because I want to use the, 1 second.
It's visible, yeah.
Okay, just a second. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, very much.
Perfect. So today, the word of the day is cognacy. And it's a noun. It means the quality or state of being convincing, or the quality of being clear or logical and convincing. For example, the cognacy of this argument. So I would also want you to close your eyes for 1 second and listen to this sound on how it is being pronounced, so that you it comes to your mind and will start using these words in every opportunity that you get to speak in today's meeting.
Cogency, 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 cogency.
So it's cogency. So that's the way it need to be pronounced. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster Sharanya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath. I'll come back during the evaluation portion of the meeting. With this, I would like to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shankar. Over to you, Shankar.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I'm very sure that today the meeting will be co-agency. Now we come to the main part of the Toastmasters meeting, namely the prepared speech session. Today we have three eminent speakers are aligned with that. The first speaker is the first speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra. I request Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra to read about the project and speech objective of Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you, TM Shankar. For Shruti, the project objective purpose of this project is for the members to learn and review the basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. And Shruti is currently on the path of dynamic leadership and is in the level 1. And the project name is Researching and Presenting, and speech title is My Elixir, My Nectar, My Ambrosia. And timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra. The first speaker today was pursuing a chemical engineering in SSN College. That about theme, a woman at any stage at her life must be financially independent or equipped with her own skill. Please join me to welcome Toastmaster Shruti to deliver her speech. Toastmaster Shruti, My Elixir, My Nectar, My Ambrosia. My Elixir, My Nectar, My Ambrosia. Toastmaster Shruti, the floor is yours.
Thank you, TM Shankar. Am I audible and visible? Thank you. Shruti, paal adupla vechachu, kapi poda poren. Translation. Shruti, the milk is set to boil. I'm going to make coffee. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests, and welcome to your second afternoon cup of joe. Most people begin their day with phrases, good morning or happy morning. Here I am, a quintessential Kumbhakarni, who wakes up only to the wafting aroma of coffee and the phrase, Shruti, coffee is ready. That shot of morning nectar is the motivation for me to get going in the morning. It is safe to say, coffee, the second most consumed drink in the world, is the elixir for over 2 billion people. Statistics aside, this factoid is quite evident in the arts, given top Billboard songs like A Cup of Coffee and over 20 documentaries paying tribute to this miraculous drink. Coffee is that distance between the lazy person I am and the goal-oriented person I aim to be. If I were a poet, I would wax poetry singing the praises of the almighty coffee atop my roof. I am, unfortunately, only a coffee-loving student, and I must contend with writing a speech about my elixir while holding a cup of said coffee in my hand. Let's take a trip down the social sciences of the aromatic world of coffee. Historically, coffee was discovered by Kaldi, a goat herder on the ancient coffee forests in the plateau of Ethiopia. God bless Kaldi and Ethiopia. The story goes that Kaldi discovered coffee when he noticed that after eating the berries from a certain tree, his goats became so energetic that they did not want to sleep at night, kinda like me. Kaldi reported his findings to the abbot of the local monastery, who made a drink with the berries and found that it kept him alert through the long hours of the evening prayer. And the knowledge of the energizing berries began to spread and make its way to Europe. Geographically, The miracle bee grew only in Arabia, but the fierce competition led to the Dutch and later to the Americas. The famed Brazilian coffee owes its existence to Francisco de Melo Palheta, who was sent by the emperor to French Guiana to get the coffee seedlings. The French were not willing to share, but the French governor's wife, captivated by his good looks, gave him a large bouquet before he left. Buried inside were enough coffee seeds to begin what is today a billion-dollar industry. Economically, coffee is the second most important commercial product in the world after petroleum. Makes sense to use petrol to go buy said coffee. As the lockdown started, stats reveal that there has been a 6.1% increase in the consumption of coffee than in 2019. People needed to work at their best, and the caffeine enabled it. Now, this begets the question, what would happen if coffee were banned in a country? I do not wish to consider such a terrible scenario. Experts, however, speculate that if such a travesty occurred, large sections of the population would lose all respect for the government. They would quickly supplant the legitimate governments of every country south of the US. Funding would be diverted from the actual law enforcement to enforce the coffee ban. Personally, many murders would be committed either to get the coffee or due to lack of coffee. The colossal consumption leads us to look into its health benefits. The Johns Hopkins Medical School research why this brand of ambrosia is so good for our body. I can confidently say that this research was published while they consumed copious amounts of coffee. So, good news. The case for coffee is stronger than ever. Study after study indicates you could be getting way more from your favorite beverage than you actually thought. Coffee is chock full of substances that may help guard against conditions more common in women, including Alzheimer's and heart disease. Coffee, while waking you up, has plentiful antioxidants that do wonders for your body. So, here are the pros. My personal favorite, you are actually awake. Second, your tolerance for anything is way better. You could live longer and your DNA is much stronger. Your body may process the glucose, the sugar that you just added to your coffee, way better. Your odds of getting colon cancer will go way down. You're not as likely to suffer a stroke. Your liver will thank you. This is my opening, closing, and permanent argument to drink coffee forever. As with all miracles, a cup of joe comes with a few cons as well. The sad fact is that the very jolt that keeps you awake enough to reach deadlines is also the one that causes insomnia, nervousness, restlessness, breathlessness, stomach upset, nausea, vomiting, increased heart rate, and other side effects. The elixir, whose aroma soothes you before an exam, also leaves you fretting before the result declaration. Doctors say, unless you have pre-existing medical conditions, keeping a 4-cup-a-day limit, cup, not jug, space throughout the day will do you no harm. Thank you, doctors. Coffee, if looked at philosophically, teaches you everything is a miracle, when in moderation. Moderation is key. Other than that, a cup of joe is the best we can do in any and all scenarios. So, I am off for a cup of coffee. Thank you all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. That was more insight from the coffee, and I never expect this kind of information from the coffee. And moreover, I am the coffee addictor, I would say. Daily, I used to take it for 6 to 7 cups of coffee. Now it has been reduced to 2 to 3. Thank you, and it was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Shruti. Now, we will go to the next speech, the second speaker that will be evaluated by Toastmaster Surya. I request Toastmaster Surya to read about the project and speech objective. Over to you, Surya.
Hi. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Subhashini is attempting the level 1 project 2 her second speech The objective of this speech is for the member to speak about any topic, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to her next speech. That's about it. The time for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note it. All the best, Subhashini. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. The second speaker of the day, who is a chartered accountant by profession. Please join me to welcome Toastmaster Subhashini to deliver her second speech. Toastmaster Subhashini, what is your blood group? What is your blood group, Toastmaster Subhashini?
Good afternoon. Am I audible? Audio video check.
Yeah.
Great. How many of you here have come across quotations, forwards that consistently reminds us to stay positive? Can you show me by raise of hands? Well, a lot of you. But how many of you really apply them when the situation demands? Show of raise of hands again. Hardly any. Okay, dear friends, in our life, we all experience a series of highs and lows, a feeling of amazing to terrible to awesome to awful. It is a cycle. I came across a quote which read, "Change is inevitable, but transformation is a conscious choice." I tweaked it a bit. Feeling low is inevitable, but finding that positive perspective is a conscious choice. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. An elephant was walking towards its herd after a relaxing bath in a nearby river. At a distance, it noticed a pig approaching, walking in its direction. While approaching closer, the pig noticed the elephant moving aside, paving way for the pig to pass by. The pig, upon passing by, mocked at the elephant, describing the elephant to be afraid of the pig. Ha ha ha! All the pigs around were laughing at the elephant. Upon noticing this, one of the elephant from the herd asked their friend in amazement, "Hey, are you really afraid of that pig?" To which the elephant replied, "No, not at all. I could have nudged the pig aside if I wanted to. But as usual, the pig was coming from a relaxing dip in the muddy swamp covered in mud. If I had to rub or nudge, the mud would rub upon me too. And hence, I stepped aside," said the elephant. Dear friends, the mud-covered pig in the story is a metaphor of negative energy. When we interact with negative energy, we allow our space to be infiltrated by that energy too. When an elephant can be this conscious, why not us? Why not we stay away from petty distractions and problems and happenings that could pollute our mind? Our mind has the capability of making a small stone appear like a magnificent mountain and a magnificent mountain appear to be a small stone. That is the potential of our mind. But what if we find ourselves caught up in a negative downward spiral? I would like to share 3 steps that I personally use almost every day to conquer negativity instantly. Number 1, stop. Tell your mind, stop. We are not going that path again. The moment you say stop, your mind stops its chattering for a bit. Second is take a deep breath. Take 4 to 5 deep breaths. It is important. Whatever the problem could be, let it wait. Calm yourself down. The third is the most important step. Refocus. Here you bring that thought. You have to address the thought and not that thought shouldn't be swept under the carpet. Bring to light that disturbing thought or a negative thought with cogency, that is with clarity and intention to find a solution rather than seeing it as a problem. A small tip would be ask for help from a friend, mentor, a family, or a well-wisher. That will set things right because somebody wise said, worrying is not worth it, Believe me, friends, I'm sure you would have heard it 100 or even 1,000 times. But I'm also sure that you wouldn't have tried it even once until this point. So here I am telling you that in my life, every time that I'm feeling sad, I somehow do these 3 steps. Whenever I derail, I say stop, breathe, and refocus. And I'm back on track. While this shift from the negative to the positive mindset doesn't happen automatically, it requires a conscious effort to bring about the transformation. That is why people say that transformation is the starting point, which means awareness is very important. Awareness alone can bring about that transformation in everyone's life. Before I would like to close, I would like to tell you all that whatever be your blood group, remember, be positive. Back to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhashni. So I am always be positive because my blood group also it is be positive, and it is what was the brilliant speech at Toastmaster Subhashni. Now moving on to the third and final speaker of the day is will be evaluated by Toastmaster Dinesh Shegar. I request Toastmaster Dinesh to read the project and speech objective of DTM Thomas.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Shankar. Today, DTM Abraham Thomas will be delivering from his path mentoring, level 4. Project name is mentoring. The purpose of his project is to apply his or her mentoring skills for short-term mentoring assignment, and also for the member to share his or her first experience as a Toastmasters member. Timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. The third speaker of the day was a former senior vice president in Hinduja Group, a mentor, a photographer, and past president of Medley Toastmaster Club. About a theme when he contemplated exiting his corporate job for long, he distressed, wondering how much of the bank balance expected to be before he quit a job. He visually ridiculed improbable eventuality to provide for. Finally, he said to himself and quit the job. Since then, he managed to live without having to borrow or steal. Please join me to welcome Toastmaster Thomas Hammeragam to deliver his speech. DTM Thomas, a 3-leg race, DTM Thomas. Over to you. DTM Thomas.
This project is supposed to capture my initial steps as a mentor, which happened way back in 2015. Therefore, I am...
Thomas, you are on mute.
Sorry, folks, sorry. This project is meant to capture my initial steps as a mentor, which happened way back in 2015. Therefore, I'm mounting this project on my experience as a mentor to Toastmaster Rangarajan, which happened in December 2019. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests. It's very important for a relationship of that sort to be built strongly based on knowing each other, respecting each other. For 8 years, I was an honorary consultant to an NGO where Toastmaster Rangarajan used to work. We have worked together for annual reports to newsletters. I remember a night train I took and a newsletter was getting ready. I was on a call with Ranga all the way up to Arakonam, a long call, longer than where it all began. The Purachi Talaivar Dr. MGR Chennai Central Railway Station. The long and short of it is that by the time Ranga joined Medley, we knew each other well as individuals and as communicators. Importantly, I knew that Ranga had a breadth of worldview, having lived and worked in 3 continents or more, and his reading broader and his retention better than mine. More importantly, the clincher was that he did not mind one bit, given his maturity, my sharing his personal and project details to a group like you. He has no false ego. As I always do with new mentees, I had a long chat to understand what Ranga was after. The document we captured, his long-term goal was to be able to speak without fear in a public forum. Also, to communicate with clarity, cogently, in other words. His short-term objective was personal. He had a bereavement, a close friend of his he lost. He wanted to get over that grief. So he wanted to be more positive himself. And he also wanted, he wanted someone who is familiar with Toastmasters, someone who has process discipline. Well, I'm flattered he thought so. And someone who will gently coax him into self-discovery of solutions, not spoon-feeding. So what we did, based on these requirements, we agreed on 5 things. 1, each time a chat on the topic and what the content should be. 2, often I share my own projects or similar projects of my mentees for Ranga to just see rather than suggesting things directly. 3rd, detailed discussion without failure for every script draft that he would do. 4th, Ranga brings a lot of his life stories in his speeches. So my role was to highlight the point of view of the audience. Lastly, given that personal experience drives his speeches, I had to occasionally remind him of the project context and requirements. These were the 5 parts of the covenant we created. Now, this is theory. For you to understand how it works, let me give you one example. Ranga's level 3 project called Focus on the Positives. Unusually, without a discussion, Ranga sent me the draft. He had good reason because this was all about his story and did not want any guidance from me. So after reading, I gave Ranga 2 suggestions. One was that he drops his childhood story, which is not relevant to the project. Secondly, I suggested that gratitude and acceptance could be made the center points of that positivity. As usual, Ranga quickly caught on, and he thanked me as always in a way that made me feel good. And he delivered with utmost candor that produced the result of that personal story. Now, those who listened to it casually would not know what was in it. This was an opportunity for people who are capable of contemplative mind to delve deep into the self, to read the purpose of that speech, the project, to practice being aware of your thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of your responses. The manual prescribes keep a daily record of your moods and attitudes for a minimum of 2 weeks, noting when you feel positive or negative, your successes or efforts, and 3 things for which you are grateful. This project deepened the introspective capabilities of contemplative minds. Almost spiritual, I thought, isn't it? Now is the crunch. Friends, we can prepare speeches on Friday and deliver on Saturday. We can also do book reviews without reading the books, can't we? But if we do that, if we do projects, deliver speeches without reading the manuals, we are missing everything that's meant to be there. In this particular case, for example, this was a great self-discovery story. Self-discovery, know yourself. Friends, there is no greater knowledge than that. By skipping the manual, ticking the box, you don't see inside the box. In short, as you would have noticed, mentoring is a three-legged race. We share the joy, we share the worries, starting before, during, and after. I invite you to this meaningful exercise. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Thomas. So with this, we have completed the first segment of our the Toastmasters meeting. Timer, can you please let me know who will be the qualified speaker?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. All speakers have qualified.
Thank you, Timer. Zoom Master, can you please flash? Yes, thank you so much. Please vote for the best speaker.
Thank you. TMOD, with your permission, I suggest to you, kindly deal me out of this voting. Please do not vote for me. It's just my wish. Thank you.
Okay.
Toastmasters don't have permission to ask for that.
Okay, so coming back to our theme, this is one of the important the exercise, I would say, that is smart investment. This is the one I personally advise to all of you, being I told you being the finance background. Don't maintain a large balance in your saving account. Repeat, don't maintain a large balance in your saving account. Rather, invest your money wisely in different portfolio to diversify the risk. Most of you know that the saving bank interest hardly give 3 to 3.5%, and FD gives 6% interest in a year. If you start exploring the option in either mutual fund, equity, or tax saving bonds, then you will get a yield of minimum 10 to 12% in a year. Very importantly, take Mediclaim insurance to cover for you as well as your family. Many working professionals is thinking that the office medical insurance would cover for themselves and their family. Take my friend Kannan as an example. He lost his job, and unfortunately, his parents affected with COVID and lost all his money to clear the hospital bill. So I would request to you to get the medical cover on your own, and we don't know what happens to our job. Next, it is very most important to take up the term insurance. If there is any unfortunate situation happens for the breadwinner of the family, there are two types of loss when the breadwinner of the family lost their life. One is emotional loss, which cannot be compensated by anyone. However, the other loss is the financial loss. By taking the term insurance, it compensates the family to a certain extent. If you are not taken the term insurance policy, try to explore the details before investing it. The good part is that earlier you take the term insurance policy, you will get a lesser premium. Now, we move on to the next important segment in our today's meeting is table topic session. I know many people want to attend the Toastmaster meeting because to participate in the table topics. Today, table topic master is Toastmaster Venkatesan will definitely quiz us, and with this he has many interesting topics. Toastmaster Venkatesan is working as a domain expert in a leading IPR firm in Chennai. About theme, life is in our hands, either success or failure. We should move forward. Please applaud with me to give the stage and welcome Toastmaster Venkatesan. Toastmaster Venkatesan, the floor is in us.
Thank you, Master TMOD Toastmaster Shankar. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Table topic is an impromptu session. I will call you randomly the speakers. They should think on their feet and deliver.
Apologies for interrupting. We are able to see only your forehead and the head. Could you focus your focus? Sorry.
Good. Shall I continue again?
No, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. As a table topic master, table topic first I would like to explain to you all, impromptu session. The speaker should think on their feet and deliver the speech. I'm going to invite the first tabletop speaker. Before that, just give me a second to share my screen. Okay, the first tabletop speaker is Dr. Sampath Soundirajan. Is he there?
Yes,
Dr.
I am
Sampath
here.
Soundirajan?
I am here.
Yeah, okay. 1 second. Your topic is, what is your favorite number, sir?
My favorite number is 7.
Toastmaster Venkatesan, are you there?
Yeah, but it's some sharing problem. 1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
Sharanya?
Yeah, can I go ahead, share the
Yeah, that seventh question. Just open that. I cannot open it. Some problem is here. I think maybe network.
Can you stop sharing your screen, sir?
Yeah, maybe could you start reading it, Venkatesan?
We were able to see the questions, Venkatesan. It was clear. We were able to see the questions clearly.
Yeah, can you read the questions, please?
Can you stop sharing your screen, sir, so that I can proceed sharing?
Yeah, now you can do it. Seventh. Yes, sir. Sir, Dr. Sampath Soundirajan?
Yes.
Are you there? Sorry for the trouble, sir. What one habit do you want to learn or leave?
Good afternoon, table topic master and all my friends. Last year, just before January 1st, on December 31st, 1919, I made a resolution for the first time. Not a really resolution, I thought of it like this. I will start learning to write with my left hand. That was my resolution. You know why? I thought, let me add a little bit of spice to my life. There is one thing. And we have all heard of our hero, Arjuna, who used to be good at sending arrows simultaneously from both hands. I thought if you could do it, why not at least me write with both hands? I started, use the word, listen to the word, I started. I didn't progress too much on that. Because most of the time, these resolutions, they sort of fizzle out within a few days. It was quite tough for me. Sometimes I see people writing with both hands or painting with both hands. It's a God's gift, maybe. But in my case, even writing my name or signing with my left hand was a very tough thing. So within a few days, I thought, it's a very great resolution, but I should find a resolution which is greater than that. So till now, I have not found. Back to the table topic.
Thank you, Dr. Sampath Soundirajan. My next speaker is Toastmaster Sundaresan. Toastmaster Sundaresan, are you there?
Yes, table topic master, please.
Okay. Your question is question number 1, first one, top one. Saranya, top one on the left hand side. The first one. First one. Toastmaster Sundaresan?
Yeah.
Your question is, social media has many faces. What are the negative faces? Can you explain?
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Let me share my thoughts with you all about social media. Today is the angel or devil. We cannot avoid this particular thing, social media. In our life, it has become a part of it. We have to agree. But what are those things happening in social media and how we are affected? If we analyze ourselves, we come to know that we are benefited by a lot of information, no doubt about that, but it is having some negative phases. Especially in social media, if you take one, sending messages and receiving messages, first early morning, I'm getting confused except good morning. The next message I'm getting confused, whether it's true, it's a fact, or true or fake. So people are keeping on jamming with a lot of messages. So first, now we have to filter whether it's fake or true. If it's true and if it's useful, we can share with our family members or friends. Otherwise, it's not right to share every message with others, because we do have some responsibility. We cannot spread fake news knowingly or unknowingly. We have moral conduct in that one. So the negative phase specifically is, let us share only the true messages. Fine, the same question, it's in my mind also, what you have, how to find out. There are some places where we can cross-check whether it's right or wrong message. If it's right, if it's worth to share, let us share. And the second thing in social media is the impact in our mind. Some unknowingly or unknowingly, some of the messages do impact in us, especially about health. Take this daily 3 times. Your health will be okay and COVID will not attack you. How come we can believe everything? So the next step is, it becomes confusion. We have to cross-check. So I will say social media is good for us for a lot of reasons. The negative phase is, it's true or fake, that we have to prudently differentiate ourselves and forward it. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you for the cogency speech delivered by Toastmaster Sundaresan. My next speaker is Toastmaster Periswamy. Are you there? Toastmaster Periswamy, are you there? Toastmaster Periswamy, are you there? Okay, can I go for the Toastmaster Venkateshan?
No, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here. Actually, my mic is not working.
Okay.
Audible now?
Okay. What is your lucky number, boss? Except 1 and 7. Just tell me that. What is your lucky number?
Already taken 7. I'd like to go with 3.
3. Number 3. Yeah. 3. The topic is for you is humanity shown during first wave is still there with people.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice topic. Actually, humanity, it's not only in the first wave. When the human origins, humanity is there. There are many people helping others. Even in the second wave, we could be able to see. Even in the future also, we can see that. So there are many people are examples for the humanity. We can see that even in our, if we take our Tamil Nadu, it's like many people, even college peoples and working employees, they are spending their own money and giving the food to the people who are needy people. They are supporting in the first wave, even in the second waves. They were much supportive to the people. We can see that. Even so many doctors, we could have heard that so many doctors, they lost their lives, families, but still they are fighting for the people to support the people. We can see that. So hopefully with all these things, we can in the future, we can face the third wave or fourth wave or 10th wave, but we can do that better job. So I would say that humanity still exists. Maybe in some places, okay, there would not be there. But if we see the majority of the people are very ready to help you, help other people. Even if you see the younger generation now, even compared to the earlier stages, they are very much supportive. They are very ready to take the challenges. They are very ready to help the people. So I would say that humanity still exists. It would be there always. Thank you, sir, for the nice topic.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Periyaswamy. My next target speaker is, TT speaker is Toastmaster Uday. Toastmaster Uday, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. What is your number, lucky number, favorite number? Don't tell me that 1, 7 and the other thing is over. 3 questions are over. What is your
5.
favorite?
5.
5. Why India struggles at Olympics, though we have huge talented pool? Can I repeat the question, or you can see the question there? The screen itself is displaying there.
Yeah, I can see, sir. So why India struggles at Olympic, though we have a huge talented pool? So it is very obvious that the priority that we just give to individual sports are everything. So because mostly we all know that we all are addicted to cricket. So we don't just look at, individual sports like running and all those things. We don't even motivate such. Even the people just go and get some medals in the Commonwealth also. We do not appreciate. We hardly know the people. Even we have just seen one of the article wherein one of the Commonwealth winner who just when he or someone arrived at the airport, nobody was there to welcome. Even there was no such, huge placards or something. It is just shown for the people who just win in the cricket or such a very, repeated games. So that is why, because if we just foster such individual games, this will be really good. We can just win over too many medals in Olympic. It is now good. In fact, almost 4 or 5, medals we are. In fact, badging earlier, it was not like. Thank you.
Thank you. My next table topic speaker is Toastmaster DK Sundaram, please. Are you there?
Okay, yes, sir, yes. Yes, I am
Okay,
there.
I will share the question for you, sir, since you are
Nine, whatever it is, 9.
Saranya, can you share number 9? Yeah.
Space travel, is it
good
good
or just boasting?
or just boasting? Dear Toastmaster, the space travel, it's a very good topic. Of course, it may not be the topic of the day, but it is very good topic which is being discussed everywhere. Space travel may not be a thing for the common man, but actually the space travel explores many things. Even actually our body, whether our human body can withstand the travel, and what is a fitness requirement. And of course, a lot of money is spent on space travel. You may say that money can be spent on other things, but the rich fellow may not like to spend on that, the other thing. It also brings a lot of actually services to the people and a lot of work. Actually, many people get work out of it. So I think Elon Musk space travel, where they stayed for just 4 minutes or so on the place without actually the pull and push. I think it is actually worth doing it. If I had money, I will also like to go, but it's a very difficult situation now for us to. But after some time, maybe it may become cheaper, and people may experience the thrill of actually going to that. And what is there after all in life except the thrill? Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. My next speaker is Gust Zakir. Number 1759 is over. Select the other numbers. What is your favorite number, Zakir? Zakir, are you there? Zakir? Zakir?
No, I'm afraid he is not available in the list.
Okay. My next speaker is, table topic speaker is Toastmaster Venkataseshan. Venkataseshan, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah. Forget about the number 1, 7, 5, and 9. What is your favorite number? Leave that 4 numbers.
Okay, I will go with 3.
3. Sharanya, select the 3, Sharanya. I cannot move my mouse.
So 3 already taken, it seems. I have taken.
Yeah, 3. Periaswamy took that time. Maybe
Okay,
4.
yeah. Yeah, I'll
Maybe
go with 4. Yeah.
4. Number 4. Indian students prefer foreign universities. What India should do?
Indian students prefer foreign universities. What India should do. So this is a way long back term that we have coined, or India had coined, and we have contributed to the entire world, which is the brain drain, which started in 60s and 70s, where the top-notch students from Indian universities or the Indian colleges, they were deserted of opportunities in India, and they had to move to foreign universities for the better studies and the higher studies, and they had to continue their research or the job there because of the opportunities which are available there. But I do not agree with that brain drain in current world. It is happening in reverse now. So reverse brain drain is the term that is more prevalent now. As you could see, even Indian startup companies are having a market valuation which is of way beyond what we could have thought about a few years back. So this is thanks to the globalization and the digitalization, which has brought in this rapid change in the Indian economy. And there are a lot of Indian students, not only the students, who the people who have settled in foreign countries, they are looking at India as the destination now, and they are moving to India now. So the next few decades are going to be the decades of the economies which are growing, and India will be the leading country in that sense. So Indian students in future will not prefer for foreign universities. Even though they go for studies, they would come back and would make their contribution to progress India to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Venkateshan. My next speaker is Gust Tejas.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your question is? Go to the question number 6, Saranya. It's not moving for me. I don't know why. Number 6. Okay, your question is, now you can see the PowerPoint presentation there?
Yes, sir, I can see, sir.
Any one incident, good or bad, that has changed you upside down? Explain.
Like nothing in specific, sir, actually.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, any one incident, good or bad, that has changed you upside down? Gus Tejas, are you there?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you see the screen, PowerPoint screen?
I can see, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, start.
Like no, nothing there, sir. Like it changed me upside down. I have nothing to say actually, sir.
You can continue. You can talk about something, about your personal life or something else, boss.
Personal life, sir. Nothing, sir. Nothing. Any other choice, sir?
Okay. Saranya, share that screen. The last question. I think that is 15th one is an easy one. Okay, one food which you had for the first time was bizarre.
Bizarre, sir.
Yeah.
One food, say, first time bizarre. Sir, bizarre means exactly what, sir?
Time is running out, boss. Okay.
Bizarre means something that is not, we are not used to. Something that is not familiar to you, not usual.
No, did not like.
Yeah, maybe you did not like, or you're not used to eating that kind of food. Something new, different food.
Something new. Yeah, like once I went to an Italian restaurant, sir. Like I had this watery dish there. Like it was too like soggy and very liquidy. I wasn't able to consume that food only. It's called Little Italy. It's a restaurant in Chennai also. There are many branches there. Like, and the price is so expensive. And unless I'm a very lavish person, I cannot spend for those dishes. The thing in those restaurants are they give a small plate and give 2-3 pieces of the dish and charge like $600 for the dish, which is never affordable for an Indian class family, I suppose. Like that, there are many dishes in the menu card, like spaghetti bolognese. I haven't gone to those places actually, and this is one way filling. One way filling. We have to order one like minimum 4 dishes to fill our stomach. Like we are used to having South Indian dishes, the very filling like dosa, idli. Like one dish will be enough for it. It will stand at least for 2 to 3 hours. But those dishes, like we aren't like accustomed to it in our country. Like in their country, that's what they have like always. They don't have heavy stuffs like dosa, idli, and parota. So what's my like your experience in food? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. My next speaker is Toastmaster Sadesh. Toastmaster Sadesh, are you there?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Arna, his question is number 8. Okay. Your question is simple, boss. What makes us human?
Yeah. What makes us human? So, being human, it is the actual meaning of what makes us human. Being human, like so. When we compare the species, the entire species in the world, like the human is the next level of species who differentiated from the other species by having the lateral thinking and the cognitive skills and other things. And as a being human, so it is not only of doing the things like thinking or cogniting or in an effective way in doing the tasking or anything. It is to develop it is to keep up the nature of what the God has given us. And so as a being a human, like we have to take care of the nature and as well as the other creatures of in this world, and to have a green environment so that the world exists in a proper way. So being human is the main thing. So which is the cogency of making the world in a better way. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. My next tabletop speaker is Toastmaster Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
Dinesh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, sir.
Saranya, go to the question number 14. Mobiles are monsters that eat our time. Explain.
Thank you, Thank you, Table Topic Master. A very good evening to all Toastmasters and guests. Mobiles are monsters that eat our time. How true is it? Every time, as soon as I get up, the first thing that I go is to open my Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, mail, and see what all has come. We are almost addicted to it. It's not as if I'm just going to look at that point of time. After 5 or 10 minutes, again, I'll go through Facebook and Instagram and see what has updated. What's going to happen in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes? But these social media apps and phone in general, it has segregated a lot of time. And also, I have seen that many of our employees and then even our colleagues, even when they are in the duty time, they are always on the phone. They always start seeing something in YouTube or something in WhatsApp. They keep messaging someone. Perhaps it has drastically increased over the past 5 years, I think, or most of you would have said. Ever since mobile internet has become very, very cheap at the throwaway prices and mobile cost has come down drastically, people are always on the phone. They are always in the headphone. They are always seeing something. And even during duty time, there is, including me, we always span across one across another. If one video in Facebook or something goes, another pans across. And all these memes in WhatsApp and all, even though some things it is completely nonsense, but still for fun, we just keep sharing it and we waste so much of time. Although mobiles, they can be used for a,
Zoom Master, can you unmute everyone except DTM Dinesh? Yeah, Dinesh. Yeah.
Even I would suggest that mobiles to be used in a more rational manner. Perhaps even I'm planning to uninstall Facebook and Instagram and use it maybe
power cut, I believe.
Dinesh, we are not able to hear you.
Lights were off.
Just got some connectivity issue.
Yeah, connectivity issue. Okay, thank you, Dinesh. My next.
Sorry, Venkatesan, this would be the last speaker as we are running out of time.
Okay. Thank you, Shankar. My next speaker is Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Aishwarya?
I don't see her available in the list. He's available. She's available, but I think she's not connected to voice.
Okay. My next speaker is Gust Arish. Gust Arish, are you there?
Yeah, he's there and his mic is unmuted. Could you please speak up, Gust Harish? No, he dropped off. No, he's still there. I think there's some issue. He's not able to talk. Venkatesh, you may switch the speaker.
Okay, the last speaker is Gust Dharan.
Hello, sir.
Gust Dharan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Saranya, can you select question number 10? The question will come to you, man. Question number 10. Okay, the question is, what kind of strength do we need to develop, physical or mental? Gust Dharan, go ahead.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. I would say mental strength is very important. Being a sports biomechanist, we deal with a lot of athletes. And I like to tell Mahatma Gandhi's quote, which is he always says, willpower is more stronger than the physical strength. And people who has more willpower and strength, they can endure any kind of setbacks, they can endure any kind of failures, they can come back. And in sports and in any situation in life, resilience is the one important thing. Coming back from the failure is the most important thing. It is not about how strong you are. It is about how quick you are coming back from the failures, from the setback. That's very important. For that, mental strength is very, very important. I would suggest mental strength first and then physical strength. Combines together, you become a successful person in sports, in life, in everything. Thank you. Over to you, TD Master.
Thank you, Gust Dharan. Thank you. With this table topic session is over, I'm handing over my dais to TM Shankar. Thank you, Shankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesan, for your splendid session. As you have chosen cogency topics, I know that all the TT speakers are enjoyed for your presentation. Can I have the timer to talk about who are the qualified speakers?
all the 10 speakers have qualified. If you want, I can read down all the names.
Not now, Saravanan, we are running out of time. Zoom Master, can I have the vote listing, please? And member, I would request to vote for the best TT speaker. I will give another 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, now. Thank you everyone. So now we are in the final important segment of our Toastmasters meeting, that is for evaluation. For that, I would request to take Toastmaster Sharanya to do for the evaluation round. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sharanya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. So, evaluation session, as I told before, it is to receive feedback and to come back. The speakers have to come back and correct their mistakes, whatever they have did in today's meeting, and come back and talk again. So the first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra. So Raghunath Mishra will be evaluating Toastmaster Shruti. So an introduction about Raghunath Mishra: he works in Flux, and his profile consists of like team building training and administration. Over to you, Raghunath Mishra.
Thank you, G. Sumitra, today I would like to have coffee in the afternoon. And you know what I got the response? Go to your aunt's house. It was Shruti's cognizance which motivated me to ask my wife to have a cup of coffee. But the response was visit my aunt's house by spending few ml of petrol. But again, that motivated me to visit my aunt's house, definitely. To evaluate Toastmaster Shruti's speech, I found she has done a decent job in terms of justifying the project which deals with research. She has done the research about the origin of the coffee, how it became popular, who are the biggest consumers, and how it has been marketed throughout the world. Her start was brilliant. She mentioned, Shruti, Paul suda irke, coffee pudma, the milk is boiling. It reminded me of my daily duty. Girls, get up, tea is ready. I'm sure by saying so, she must have drawn the attention of all the speakers. And by translating, she would have brought the attention or dragged the attention of others non-Tamilian speakers. Very good, Shruti. The third most positive thing that I found in Shruti's speech is, throughout the speech, she was effective in maintaining humor and expressing it and incorporating her research statistics in the speech. I found that is the other way of keeping the attention or keeping the attention of the audience. Humor with the statistics research. Definitely it keeps the audience glued to the screen what she talks about. Besides all these three positive things, I have 2 points for her to improve, or I felt that could have added value. The first one is, if she could slow down a little bit. She was very fast, and for me at times I was putting extra effort to be attentive what she is trying to say. Of course, for me it was a bit fast. Probably it would be useful if she can slow down a little bit. As the next point is, as this being a research topic, it could have been very effective if she would have prepared a slide, a single slide, carrying the statistics about coffee, like the annual revenue, the geographical consumption, types of coffee, and something relevant to India, like the coffee consumers, how they behave, or what is their behavior and all in India. Overall, Shruti, it was a very effective speech. I enjoyed the way you mix your humor with the benefits of the coffee, like the doctor that who advised the benefits, having the benefits of the coffee, like which would help in getting arthritis and keeping you attentive and heart attack and all. Definitely a very effective speech, and I wish you all the best in your next speaker. Over to you, TM, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Saranya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra. That was a good evaluation. So we have our next evaluator, Toastmaster Surya, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Subhashini's speech. So an introduction about Surya. Surya was the Vice President Education when I joined Medley. And he was a true motivation for me, like for taking up roles and engaging me in all the meetings. Like that is one of the major point that Surya has. He is a motivating person. Over to you, Surya.
Thank you for giving that motivational information about me. I got motivated after listening to you. So Subhashini, to evaluate the speech of Subhashini, almost every one of us, I believe in this group, would have listened to motivational quotes, sayings, thoughts, videos in different groups almost every day. But how many of us remember? So you made us to think about it, Toastmaster Subhashini. How many of us apply to that? Those thoughts that you come across in your life, we just simply forget, right? So you brought in an information, a well-crafted, informative speech, which made us to think about it. And the positive side, the things that I liked about your speech is, first thing is that the clarity of your speech, which was easily understandable by the listeners. As an evaluator, I was able to clearly understand it. The second thing is that the eye contact and the gestures. Throughout your speech, your eye contact and your gestures were perfect, that which showed your confidence and your preparedness. Thirdly, the structuring of your speech. To speak about structuring, it is a well-crafted speech, which you begin with the story connectivity and engaged the audience. I myself become an audience, become a listener more than an evaluator today. And next is the recommendations. I've got a couple of recommendations for your speech. One is that you have chosen a topic that is vast, very big. There are plenty of solutions, a lot of solutions that are there available online. Even if you ask people in Medley Toastmasters, each one of us could give you 2 to 3 different solutions for the topic that you have chosen, the topic which is how to conquer your negativity and distractions, right? You've provided 3 good solutions. Of course, yes, those are credible solutions too. But do you think that's enough? I believe you would have brought in more solutions to the problems. I mean, the problem which you were speaking about, more credible solutions. Secondly, you had a good start connecting with the story, as I said earlier. It could have been even more credible if you would have brought in a story, your lifetime experience, rather than bringing in a story between an elephant and a pig. So it would have brought in a better connectivity if you would have chosen your life story as an example and brought in this particular subject to your speech. So overall, it was a good speech, and all the best to you, Subhashini. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. So we have our next evaluator, Toastmaster Dinesh. Dinesh will be evaluating distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham's speech. So, so a small introduction about Dinesh. Dinesh was a treasurer and he was the past vice president membership. And Dinesh is also he is an MBA graduate working in a construction company in Chennai. Over to you, Dinesh.
Thank you for the warm welcome, General Evaluator. A very good evening once again to all Toastmasters and guests. Today, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas Abraham delivered a brilliant speech on the importance of mentoring. How did he open the speech? He went back to his medley opening days, gave a flashback of the year 2015 when he joined, and he instantly moved to 2019 when Rangarajan, our now president, became his mentee. The use of vocal variety by DTM Thomas Abraham was brilliant throughout the speech. And a very good example of it was when our President Ranga called him initially about Toastmasters. He was saying, all the way up to Arakonam to Chennai, Purachi Talaivar MGR railway station, he stressed upon it. It just specifies the name. Even if the person who never knew where Arakonam or who doesn't know about the geography of Tamil Nadu or India would say that Arakonam is quite long from Chennai. You could just tell upon the way he stressed upon it, all the way from Arakonam. That was very good. And in fact, the body language was another brilliant aspect. He used hands with perfect, like a musical academy. He used it perfectly. For example, when President Ranga had a speech which was close to his heart, he said, "Close to his heart." I don't know if even Mr. Ranga used it, but DTM Thomas used it, close to his heart. It specifies that how important this speech was for him. And this project is an ideal example of how a mentor-mentee project will be. He clearly specified how the Prodigy success plan was come through. For example, the long-term plan of Ranga was to be a brilliant communicator on stage, and a short-term plan was that he was a little bit depressed about his friend's loss. A brilliant speech once again. Although I have one little improvement, maybe as I mentioned, the Prodigy success plan and the mentor communication tracking log could be shown in one slide so that everyone could have a view of what it is about. Although it was spread very well. Overall, it was a brilliant speech, DTM Thomas, sir. We loved your speech, and I'm looking forward to your next speech. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. That was a very good evaluation. So, timer, can we have the qualified evaluators?
We have one disqualification. Toastmaster Surya and Toastmaster Dinesh have qualified.
Okay. Thanks to a timer. So can we hear it from the tag team? So first I have timer Toastmaster Saravanan to read out the time that each and every speaker has taken. Over to you, Toastmaster Saravanan.
Sure, Toastmaster Sharanya. Let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, from the prepared speeches section, Toastmaster Shruti Prakash, on her speech on elixir, nectar, and ambrosia, she took nearly 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Toastmaster Subhashini on how to have the 3 steps to conquer negativity, she took 5 minutes and 2 seconds. DTM Thomas T. Abraham, his 3-legged race took 7 minutes and 11 seconds. DTM Sambat Saurirajan's TT speech on his ambidextrous skill took 1 minute and 45 seconds. On the TT section, Toastmaster Sundaresan's negative faces of social media talk took nearly 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Periyasami's talk on humanity during Corona took 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Udai's topic on Olympics, why India struggles, took 1 minute and 1 second. And Toastmaster Dr. T.K. Sundaram's space travel speech took 1 minute and 31 seconds. Toastmaster Venkateshan's brain drain topic took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And guest Tejas topic on 16 rupees bizarre food, that was very well done. That took nearly 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Thank you, the guest Tejas. You struggled in between, but I mean, you took it in yourself and you completed the entire time duration. Thank you very much. And Toastmaster Satish, his topic on human beings as a species with cognitive skills took 1 minute and 46 seconds. Toastmaster Dinesh Shekhar's mobile addictivity speech took 1 minute and 43 seconds. And guest Dharan's mental strength, endurability, and resilience talk nearly took 1 minute and 6 seconds. Toastmaster Raghunath Mishra took 4 minutes and 7 seconds for his coffee time evaluation during his evaluation section. Toastmaster Surya took 3 minutes and 6 seconds for evaluating Toastmaster Subhashini's speech. And Toastmaster Dinesh Shekhar took 3 minutes and 1 seconds for talking about mentoring as well as and protege evaluation of DTM Thomas Abraham's speech. Overall, we have almost everybody qualified except one person, but it was overall thorough session. Thank you very much. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Saravanan. So next, let's hear it from our accounter, Toastmaster Ashwin. Toastmaster Ashwin, can you please read the report?
Yes, Sharanya, thank you very much. And today, before I could read the report, I should say there was not much of a job satisfaction because many speeches are very good speeches and clear speech. I was not able to write a lot. And in fact, I'm connecting with Toastmasters after some short break in between, and really nice to see the way it's the quality of the Toastmasters is so much enhanced. And just coming back to the report, Shruti had a clean speech, and Toastmaster Subhashini also a clean speech, and Toastmaster Thomas just 2 filler words, and Toastmaster Sambat a clean speech, and Sundaresan clean speech, Periyasamy just 2 repetitions and 1 filler word, and Uday just 1 pause and 1 filler word, and TK Sundaram 3 repetitions, 1 pause and 4 filler words, and Venkateshan just 1 repetition and 1 pause, and Tejas 3 repetitions, 2 pause and 2 filler words, Satish 1 pause and 3 filler words, Dinesh just 2 repetitions, 1 pause and 2 filler words, and Toastmaster Dharan a clean speech. And coming to the evaluators, again, this was very smooth too. And Raghunath Mishra, just 2 repetitions, 3 pauses and 3 filler words. Surya, just 1 pause and 1 filler words. And Dinesh, as evaluator, it was a clean speech. And before I conclude, just a small request, since I'm taking in this R counter. In between, in fact, when I joined the Toastmasters, as Sharana was sharing, Surya was my, this was a few years back, was the education in charge. And in between, there were a couple of meetings when I joined. When I saw the R counter report, there were a few instances, few people mentioned it was something like 8 repetitions or 10 okays and few things like that. In fact, initially, when I came in, I was taught anything which is going to be beyond 5, we can just say like it is when it is just 5 plus or more filler words or something like that. Not to specify something which is going to be 5 and more. It's not recommended to specify. And this report also, like as much as possible, if it's going to be like 15 or 20, not to put it in an Excel and show. So other reports are fine, especially these kind of reports, especially when it is small. It's just a small request. I guess our current education and the president and Mr. Thomas will add on to the rest of the core team whenever there is, if it is required. Thank you very much, and over to you, Sharanya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin, for the input as well. So with this, let's move on to our grammarian, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, can you please read out your grammarian report?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster General Evaluator, Madam Sharanya. Let me share the report of the grammarian. The good part of today's meeting was all the prepared speeches had very simple English, and it was somewhere which got communicated pretty well. And that is something which need to be appreciated, because communication is something which need to be done very clearly and done. From a Word report, let me share. I hope you're able to see the screen. I'm very happy that it has been used from the TMOD till the TT speakers. So TMOD used it twice. The personal, like the prepared speeches was used twice, especially by DTM Thomas when he used the adverb, the adjective of the word cognizantly and cogently. And in the prepared speeches, Subhashini had used it twice. And some of the interesting words that I found, which I thought I should explain in detail, is elixir, which is the way a particular type of medicinal solution. The ambrosia, it is a Greek and Roman mythology, is the food of God. Colossal, it's extremely large or great. And metaphor, it's a symbolic representation of something, like how Subhashini has used like a pig in mud. That's something which we need to be aware of. The word, it's not bizarre, it's bizarre. It's an adjective which is very strange or unusual, like a bizarre solution. Those are the key words. But let me again explain you what the word is today. It's cogency. It's pronounced as cogency, the quality of being clear, logical, and convincing. For example, the cogency of this argument. Over to you. A wonderful meeting, which I really enjoyed listening. Over to you, General Well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. That was a great grammarian report. So let's vote for the best evaluator and the tag player. Let me launch the poll. So please vote for the best tag player also. Thanks for voting. So let me go over the conduct of the meeting, about the good things that we did in today's meeting and what are the areas of improvement. Starting from the positives, the meeting started bang on time by our Sergeant at Arms. Kudos to Sergeant at Arms. He also set the ground rules and the mission of the Toastmasters Club. And the presiding officer introduced all the guests who are present in the meeting today. And the guests were warmly welcomed today. And Toastmaster of the Day briefed the theme of the day very well. And the transition between the speakers and the role players were handled very well by the Toastmaster of the Day. Kudos to Toastmaster of the Day. And the speakers did really an awesome job today. It was all well prepared speeches with interesting and impressive speech content. I think everybody has prepared so well. And today's table topics were very simple and easy for all the speakers to attempt, and most of the speakers was given an opportunity to talk today. Who all joined the meeting got an opportunity to talk, and especially everybody got qualified in table topics as well. So it shows like how we are improving in every meeting. So the area of improvement that I felt in today's meeting was when the guest, you come and introduce yourself. So please do switch on your video so that we know like who you are, so that we will register you. And then as Toastmasters as speakers, so we cannot request not to add the names on vote. So based on the qualifying criteria, it is like by default, your name will get added for the votes. So the next, the TT speakers, whenever you give a speech, so please do come on video so that everybody will know who is speaking and so that everybody's attention will be on you. And the final improvement that I had is like, if you're not talking, please go on mute and make sure that you don't disturb other speakers as well. Thank you. With this, I would like to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shankar. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sharanya, for your commendable and very meticulous job on General Evaluator. Moving on to our segment, and the final tip from my side is compulsory savings. Even though it is a very old method, but still it is a very powerful method. keep putting the coins whenever we get it from the the local shop, and put some money as often you can put it in the undi made it of clay, and it is sealed. And the final tip is, always I follow very due diligently. I took a pledge that not to use that 20 rupees denomination whenever it comes to me. And I took this pledge in the last 2 years ago. And as of now, to be honest, I made off 10,000 rupees only for 20 rupees denomination. You can also start taking the pledge not to spend a specific denomination whenever it comes to you. Probably either it is a 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50, 100, 2000, depending on your financial status. So when you get this anytime, just put it in the hundi with some discretion. Very important thing, whenever you have the significant amount, invest that money, whatever that is gathered, into gold or silver or any other promising mutual fund, rather than spending our day-to-day expenses. That conclusions from this point, there are many financial tips are available in the market, and I'm very sure that many of you also come across. The underlying message is that today is that start investing the money wisely to avoid any unfortunate situation like how my friend Kannan and his family suffers today. So that is from my side. Before signing off, before I pass on to the stage to presiding officer, I would request to vote the best role player. And the best, the role player played by TMOD, it is me, and the general evaluator played by Sharanya, and TT Master played by Toastmaster Venkatesan. Thank you, Zoom Master. I will give 5 seconds to vote before I pass on to presiding officer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it is okay. Okay, thank you so much. I completely enjoyed the sessions. Now the stage, it's back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Rangarajan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a wonderful session. I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you so much, everyone. So we are coming to the end of the session. Before that, I would like to announce the winners of the session. The best speaker is Toastmaster Shruti. A big round of applause to her. The best TT speaker is Guest Dharan. Well done, Guest Dharan. The best tag player is Toastmaster Raghu. The best evaluator is Toastmaster Dinesh. Once again, well done. And the best role player is none other than our TMOD, Shankar. Well, so having announced the winners, I would like to call upon some of the guests whom I couldn't speak to earlier. Could I request, let me just see who's there. And guest Dharan, guest Harish, guest Om Kumar. I've spoken to each one of them. Maybe guest Dharan, you could just give us an idea about what you felt about the meeting and what you liked most, and if there are any areas of improvement.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, very good evening once again. I really thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. Each and every segment was really interesting, and especially this the table topic session was really interesting because I got the best table topic speaker, right? Right. So jokes apart, I would say a small room for improvement, which is like in table topic. If we suggest some topics, the speaker is not taking up, either we have to shift to the another speaker or we have to cut down. It would save time and it would be, it would make the session more interesting. That is the room for improvement. Otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed the entire session. It was crisp and fun and it's great. Thank you.
Thank you for your input, Guest Dharan. The issue here is sometimes the members are there and they don't pick up the phone or they don't switch on the mic. and we do spend some time. It's a work in progress. We are trying our best to take care of it. Next guest, Om Kumar.
Thank you.
Sure. So,
Your impressions about the meeting today and
yeah, so as I said in the last meeting as well, it's very informative, and watching others speak, that's a lot of learning. So how we prepare the content, how we deliver, and how we mind our language. So it's very useful.
nice.
So,
Thank you for your suggestions. And guest Harish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I enjoyed the meeting very well, and mainly the table topic session went very good. I enjoyed it very, and the topics are very nice. What the chair has been given, right? It is very nice topics. It's very important topics, I think so also. Then overall, I enjoyed the meeting very well. It has been nice.
Very nice. So look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yes, sir. Yes.
With that,
Mr. President, with your permission, may we request our Vice President Education to announce about the pre-meeting training programs that we have arranged throughout August, so that we have a lot of members over here, they are aware of such meetings and they can join. It's a request from my side.
Okay, let's do that. Dr. Sampath?
Yes, sir. So, my dear Medlines, some time back we made a plan and I announced also 2-3 days back the full detailed schedule that we want to have some preparatory training because many people are new as Toastmasters, and the speech making is something which was there in the legacy system in CC manual, but new members don't have the benefit of that. So to have some general background and also to prepare for the contest, we plan to have some trainings. Because the total quantum of the training and the time required will be more, we positioned 2 of the preliminary trainings before the meeting and 1 training will be during the meeting. The schedule is the full schedule. 7th, 14th will be pre-meeting by DTM Guru Prasad on speech making and preparatory for the humorous contest. On 28th, during the meeting, he will do the humorous contest preparation speech. Likewise, on 21st and 28th, there will be pre-meeting sessions by Toastmaster Jagan on the evaluation, the principles and the practice in the club, etc. as a background. And on 4th September, he will have a 30-minute session during the meeting on preparation for the evaluation speech contest. You might be aware, many of you might be aware that both these Toastmasters from Medley have reached the district finals at various times. So they are quite accomplished and quite experienced in the particular areas in which they will be sharing their knowledge.